Hello, thank you for joining us today. We are live right now in Rome. You're watching a recorded version. We're at the ISACA Conference Europe 2022. And joining me today, I have Mounir and Vladlena, and we're going to get to know them a little bit more outside of just being an ISACA member. So, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Good?
Thank you.
How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Oh, absolutely. It's really been an amazing day.
Yeah. We're really into the conference at this point, but
Yes, we are.
good keynote. I love the keynote this morning. Yeah. All right, we're going to jump right into things. The question that I'm most fascinated about when I talk to people is, how did they get to this point in their career? So we're going to start with you, Vladlena. I want to know what you do right now and how you got to this point in your career.
So I have had an amazing career. I started it many years ago. I think that I finished my PhD in 2001. Loads of time.
I was going to say, so you're a doctor.
Yeah, no, it was in computing and engineering, and that kind of hasn't changed. It just pivoted into cybersecurity kind of naturally. But I owe my career to US government scholarships. A few years on, I didn't think that I would go to the UK after studying in the US. And so I thought maybe for a couple of years we'll go and have a look at Europe. 20 years on, we're still here.
So where did you start in Europe, go to the US and then come back?
So, I studied in the US, in Texas, for a very long time, as a PhD does require. And then sort of 9/11 changed everything, and I call sort of UK or London-ish kind of home.
Awesome. So you live there now?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm a VP for UK chapter. So.
Excellent. And Mounir, what do you do now and how did you get to this point in your career?
Yes, now I am a senior IT audit manager in the insurance business. I started in the middle of a financial crisis, 2008. And of course I joined the bank in the middle of that turmoil as a trainee. And then I had several different roles in the bank. After a couple of years, I think it was about 6 years in the bank in different roles, I left to consultancy. And I didn't stay so long there, so I rejoined the bank in audit and then stayed for a couple of years. And I thought, okay, now I stayed in the bank for like 10 years, it's time to see something else. So I went out to the insurance business.
Okay, so we're going to take this a step back. When you went to school initially, you're 18 years old, what did you study?
Computing science.
Did you really?
So math and physics have been sort of through and through, really. But I didn't even mention where I am at the moment. Megan, you took the next question over. But so I have an amazing career. I'm a professor of cybersecurity management at Aston Business School. I'm a director of the Cybersecurity Innovation Center. So I do cutting edge technology in cyber, anything that is, connected to emergent tech, to risk management and social side of security as well. So I work with amazing men and women in my center, and I grew it from scratch over the last 3 years. So I'm very fortunate.
So that's amazing. You actually went to school for what you're doing today.
I think that at the time, I think that, yes, but I didn't change the career path and so on. So yeah, I stayed where I was.
How about you? Did you?
For high school, we're talking when I was 18, it was actually mathematics.
Okay.
Direction, and then I went to university in computer science, where I graduated with a Master of Science.
So you really liked this morning's keynote with the mathematics professor.
I find math to be quite beautiful.
Awesome. All right. So we talked about how you got here. If you could wake up tomorrow, we're going to start with you on this, with Mounir on this one. If you could wake up tomorrow and money, training, education, none of that were an issue, right? You don't need to worry about, I need to make this much to survive, I don't need this education. What would you do?
Yeah, I think that's quite easy because that would mean I could, on a full-time basis, volunteer.
Yes.
And work with helping, especially what I've been doing already back in Tunisia to help younger families with financial troubles to educate themselves and move on in their life. And to do that full time in different parts of the world, that would be, a dream.
How about you?
So my sort of success KPIs and so on around research funding, sort of bringing people and talent on board to solve some of the most amazing problems out there. If I had no issue with that, I would have the most talented people, the most cutting edge technology in my lab, and we would do some really good things.
I love that you guys are still like doing things related to your current career. That's very cool. Obviously shows you're passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
I would have bought a boat.
You what?
I would have bought a boat as well. I would have had a boat. Yes, the ones that are now sort of, there's autonomous vehicles and things, I would have bought myself an autonomous boat. Okay. Where I don't have to drive or get a license and stuff, so yeah.
How big of a boat?
As big as I could. Yes, I mean, this is a relevant question because it's not no, but a boat, right? So.
Okay, are you gonna buy a boat?
I get seasick, so I don't think so, yeah.
That's a good idea. So you mentioned that you would travel to Tunisia to help people. Yeah. And I know for a fact that you speak 4 languages. So can you tell us a little bit more about where you've lived and how you came to speak 4 different languages?
Yeah, I came to Sweden as a baby. I was only 3 months. And so I learned Swedish in a natural way in society and preschool. And at home, my parents are Tunisians, so we would talk Arabic at home. So I learned it was like the rule in the house. We only speak Arabic at home. Of course, we kids talk to each other in Swedish, but we tried. And then when I was a teenager, my father decided, he got the retirement, so he thought it's a good time to move back to Tunisia. So we moved back. So I had to learn Arabic, the formal Arabic, the hard way. But I also had to learn French very quickly, because Tunisia is an old French colony, so in high school all the subjects are in French. So I had to learn it very, very fast, and I managed and then naturally I also learned English in Sweden in school, and also learned it in Tunisia. So those are my fluent languages: Swedish, English, French, Arabic. I studied actually German in high school, but I don't consider it a language. I would never put it on CV because, okay, I can count.
You don't consider it a language?
Or I don't consider myself fluent in it, or I have very, very basic skills that I now and then can use. And I can understand if I watch the news, and when it's very formal German, I can understand the context, but not the details.
Okay. Do you speak more than one language?
Yes, but I'm more fluent in like C++ and Java. So, yeah.
I'm always amazed when people are apologizing to me for their English, and I'm like, your English is better than my insert language here, because I don't speak anything but English. Maybe a little Pig Latin, but okay. So let's talk about some fun food stuff. I know that you're a foodie. Yeah. I know you've tried some interesting foods when you came to Chicago. So we'll start with you, Vladlena. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I thought we were talking about the drinks. If you could drink only one drink, so water, of course, to survive and so on. But since we're in Rome and we're in Italy, coffee, absolutely. So you travel the world. Coffee is just absolutely amazing here. But yeah, it's something that I always value. Good coffee.
Good coffee.
Start the day.
Okay, so just to kind of set the bar here, but just only because Starbucks is known around the world, that's the only reason. How many shots do you get in a? Yeah.
I do 1 or 2, but I'm probably going against the rules of Italy, where you don't drink cappuccino besides the breakfast, because it's just bad form. So yeah, I break the rules all the time.
Okay. And that's it, you're surviving on coffee? This should be a fun, interesting go.
But I memean, yes.
Okay, great, perfect. What else does one need? What are you surviving on for the rest of your life?
I think it's a difficult question, but I think it would be my mother's homemade Tunisian couscous.
Oh.
That I can't get enough of.
Excellent. Do you make it now?
I do it, yeah. When I do it well, but I don't do it so often.
Okay. Do you make it as good as she did?
No.
No. It's never as good as when somebody else makes it.
But I remember when I first tried to learn it, I was living in Sweden alone, and I recorded her telling me how to do it. So I started using her recording, and follow the instructions.
That's important.
She was the first to start the YouTube channel for food, by the sound of it.
Tunisian couscous.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Okay, so you currently live in the UK. We talked about you going back and forth a little bit. You currently live in Sweden. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? We'll start with Mounir.
I think I'm living in the best city in the world. I think Stockholm. I love to travel. I love to see other places. I love to be in other places. But to live, it would be Stockholm.
Really, you love it that much?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's home.
Okay. How about you?
So I would opt for a lifestyle of people who travel the world for and live for a very long time in a place. So London is an obvious choice. It's a kind of the epicenter of everything in Europe. But I would spend, let's say, 3-4 months in London where it's nice and warm, then go to perhaps, I don't know, Fiji, Tahiti, to spend the winter and so on, and maybe go to South Africa for a couple of months and so on. Yeah, but I really enjoy getting to know people and kind of how they live, because just if you go for a week and visit places, you really don't get to know the actual lifestyle. So,
what's your thing you're most proudest of accomplishing to date?
I'm very successful in my career. I do things that I like and I do them well. So if you was to look at all those projects that I have done, that was amazing. All the national strategies were launched and that was very proud of and so on. But I would go back to perhaps 2 things that kind of marked success, I guess, for me, was the winning of the Women in Technology Awards in 2018 for my work in getting sort of more women into cybersecurity. That kind of marked an important moment. And then just seeing the faces of the new generation of cyber girls, for example, is absolutely amazing. But if I say that was the most proudest moment, I think that my children would kind of look at me and going, really? How about us? So yes, I'm a proud mum to 2 absolutely beautiful girls who are extremely successful and are off to make a difference and change the world.
Did either of them go into cybersecurity?
You know the answer to that. Mum does it, so no. But as strange as it sounds, so the youngest one is saving the world because she's going into biomedicine. So that was a career decision that she made over the last couple of years, which is understandable. And the oldest one is now halfway through to be a successful architect, and she is on some amazing projects.
Excellent. I have to ask, why? Just go back to this. Made me think of it. Why Texas? When you were looking to get your PhD, why Texas?
I didn't have a choice. So the scholarship was basically, we were literally just dropped off in the middle of nowhere. Oh. So I didn't know anywhere else. I haven't been anywhere else before. But yeah.
Huh, interesting. And did either of your girls study abroad?
We were trying to. There are some sort of influences around the scholarships, and things like that. But I mean, they're well-traveled. So no, UK is their home.
Okay. All right. You have kids as well?
Yes.
They're not in the workforce yet, though.
No. They want me to work more.
Fair enough. Okay, so question for you. What's your favorite TV show ever?
Yeah, that's an easy one, actually. It would be the series Friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can watch them over and over again, and sometimes it feels that they are my closest friends.
Do you talk back to them at this point?
Maybe I do without noticing it.
And so you said you actually will put this on just as background noise.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Even sometimes when I'm driving, I could have them as background. I know exactly how the scene looked like, and just have them as a company.
Interesting. So it's like a podcast. We were just listening to the TV show. Okay.
It's almost like they're sitting with me in the car.
Do you have a favorite episode?
Oh, there's so many good ones. I think one of my favorites would be the one when they are going to Ross's speech and they can't dress up everyone, and they're all in the room. I think that's probably one of the best ones. Okay,
excellent. All right, and we'll do one final question here. So apart from the necessities of coffee, water, what is one thing you could not go a day without? We'll start with you, Mounir.
Without thinking about my kids, I think. Yeah, I think so. They are always on my mind. And basically my life changed when I got them. And everything I do now is basically for them. And even though my youngest, who is 5 years old, thinks that I should work when they're sleeping in the bathroom so that I can buy more toys, they still actually have influenced my career choices. When I change position, I always think, if it's, what would it mean for them? So I think they are always, that is, but I also, the other thing I'm thinking, it's not a thing, but it's like, I always feel I want to learn new things. And that makes me happy whenever I feel like, oh, this was really good, I found this YouTube clip or this article. And so if I feel that I'm always educating myself, then I feel that actually, I feel quite happy with it. So I wouldn't go a day without learning something new or repeating something I know.
Wow, that was a really good answer.
Don't they say the repetition is the mother of all knowledge? So yeah, I tend to even listen to the same podcast over and over again as well. And not only Friends.
Right. Same podcast. How about you?
I think that my answer is not too dissimilar in the sense that, yes, the family is very centric to everything I do, but I'm also very fortunate to have an opportunity to do what I like. So because I'm self-directed person who leads the center, so I get to choose the direction around new technologies or new problems or new issues, or again, sort of give back to the society as a part of my job. So I'm very fortunate. So, I mean, work is very important. Family is very important. My family might say that work is more important.
So much like his kids. You work too much.
No. Well, it's not necessarily monetary kind of interest in it, but just like, Mom, you work too much.
Yeah. Well, thank you both. And thank you both for being awesome chapter leaders and helping our members around in Sweden and in the UK, and for everything that you do for ISACA. Is there anything that you would like to share with the world about yourself, about ISACA, about your job? Anything that you want to, that I didn't ask you?
I'm very proud of UK Central Chapter and work that we are doing as a whole, as a group of the board and so on. And a lot of perhaps changes and impact that we have generated. We're very proud of what we have done in a few years, and we look forward to doing more.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we go, please enjoy this clip of Alan Ocho from the Manila chapter singing Sway as he performed it during ISACA Has Talent at GLS 2022.
Hello everyone, my name is Alan Ocho. I am from ISACA Manila chapter, and I'm here to sing Sway. I hope you sway and dance with me. When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me, stay with me, sway with me. All the dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes they can see only you. Only you have a magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violin long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. The dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes they can see only you. Only you have the magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violin long before it begins. Make me feel as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a sway with me, sway me smooth, sway me now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And thank you again to Mounir and Vladlena for their time. And continue to watch the We Are ISACA episodes. Until next time, I'm Megan Moritz. Bye.